Hey friends, happy Monday. I am here waiting to meet a friend for lunch and decided I would go live today and talk about something that I used to say to myself all the time. Why does bad stuff always happen to me? And so if you have a tendency to say that, then you're going to want to watch this live. And if this is your first live cast with me, welcome. I'm Natasha Hazlett, and I help entrepreneurs get the clarity, confidence, and strategies they need to boost their income and level of influence without working longer hours. And if you see this like really weird red bump on my face, like I just noticed that, that's from a massage. Apparently on the massage table, I still have the massage table mark, so don't mind me. Anyways, hi friends. So there was the time when I had this like tendency to like stack up all the bad stuff that was happening in my life and be like, why does all this bad stuff always happen to me? And I really, and when someone would ask, like, what's going on, or when I was giving Rich a laundry list of everything, like I would have this great stack of all the like bad stuff that was going on. And then, not surprisingly, more bad stuff would happen. And I think that it's really important to take ourselves out in that moment of stacking all the quote unquote bad stuff that's happening to us and take ourselves out of that like victim role, because that's what that is. That's a victim role, that martyr role. Like, oh my gosh, this is so, all this bad, horrible things are happening to me. And that's not to say that there aren't bad things that happen in life, but I have really, in my journey of becoming an unstoppable influencer, I have started to really realize that life happens not to us, but for us. And so instead of looking at it like God didn't give me what I wanted, my creator didn't give me what I wanted, the universe didn't give me what I wanted, and instead I'm just getting bad stuff, I'm actually actively looking for the gift and the lesson in the situation. And this is even when I'm talking about, like, even when there's really bad stuff, illness, a loss of life, financial hardship, and the one thing that I think really shifted my perspective was really writing Unstoppable Influence and starting to teach it through my 21-day challenge, because I started realizing that this laundry list of bad that quote unquote happened to me over the years, it has become a blessing in other people's lives, because I am actually able to help other people get out of their ruts. I am able to help shed light on people's darkness. I am able to empower people. And had all of this bad stuff not happen to me or for me, like, I would not have been empowered in that message and empowered in that lesson to help other people. So like, if I had to go through a difficult time, if I had to go through a painful time in my life, but in doing so, I am able to help other people, and lots of other people, like maybe thousands and maybe tens of thousands and maybe millions of people. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Because there are people that you don't even know yet. And if you have been in one of my trainings, if you've read my book, you know that I say this over and over and over again, because it's very profound and it is it's true. And the second that you start to really internalize it, your life will change. Which is that there are people that you don't even know yet that are depending on you to show up in life and to speak out and to share your experience and to empower them with the lessons that you have learned. So in these moments where you're not getting what you want, consider reframing it and looking at these situations and saying, okay, what is the lesson in this and how can I use this? And sometimes the lessons aren't readily apparent. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but have faith that there is a beautiful plan in play. That's my view. I believe that we are made in the perfect image of our Creator. I believe that divine timing is perfect timing. I believe that this is all part of a plan. I don't think that this is all just random, chaotic instances that all happen just at random times. I don't believe in that. I believe that there is truly a divine plan and divine order. And so if we have faith in that and we are leaning into that, we are going to be much more mindful of when we don't get what we want, that maybe there's something else out there and maybe there's a lesson in it. And I give a little example in my challenge that I'll give you all right now. So I had a client that wanted, that hired us, and they paid us $25,000 for consulting. And they wanted to pay it on the credit card. And we said, sure, no problem. So we take the credit card payment, goes through, no problem. I get a phone call, Miss Hazlett, this is your merchant processing company, and you are not, you know, your account, you need to be authorized to take a lump sum $25,000 payment. Sorry, you're going to have to refund the payment. I'm like, what? So I refund the payment, and they tell us the correct way to process it, and we do, and everything ends up being fine. But then I get like a $1,000 charge, and I'm like, I call him, and I'm like, we refunded this person just like you said, so that we could process the transaction in accordance with your rules. Why are we paying $1,000? And they're like, well, we processed that initial transaction, so basically, sorry. You know, we did our job. You are the one that you were the one that wasn't allowed to process such a high, lump sum transaction. So I got to pay $1,000 for the privilege of learning that lesson. And I'm going to tell you, at first, I was furious. We're talking, my Lebanese temper was ignited like none other. And I'm sitting there, because, $1,000 is a lot of money. That's like a nice purse, a couple of nice pairs of shoes, to put that in, well, my perspective, right? And I had to pay this to learn this lesson. But I had been really working on learning this concept and applying this concept of life happening for me and not to me. And so I was like, okay, quick, diffuse the Lebanese temper and just let's find the lesson. Where's the lesson? And actually, as a result of that particular lesson, we ended up saving probably $20,000-$30,000 over the next year because of that lesson. And so when this stuff happens to you, I really want you, I was very blessed in that moment to have realized very quickly what the lesson was. And sometimes we don't get the lesson revealed to us immediately. There are some things that I went through growing, in my childhood that I always thought were quote unquote bad stuff that happened to me. It was always in my list of if someone was asking me what were the rough parts of your childhood, and that was one of the things that I would totally mention. And it wasn't until probably a few months ago that I realized the absolute amazing blessing in that lesson, and that I'm literally just transforming lives as a result of the lesson that I learned. So have faith that there is an amazing divine plan in play, that this isn't all just freaking random. We're not just random molecules just aimlessly floating around. And when the things happen that are not what you want, not what you expect, things are not happening on your timeline, look for the blessing in it. Another great example is our daughter. Like, we were struggling with infertility for 7 years. 7 years. But, had we been successful any sooner than we were in having our daughter, then we wouldn't have our child. So there is always a perfect plan in play. And so I hope that for those of y'all that are struggling with hard times right now, you feel like, you just can't catch a break, that all the bad stuff is happening to you. Just understand and have faith that there is an amazing lesson. And instead of the laundry list and complaining and getting mad at God or universe or source or however you relate, that you really flip the conversation and say, where is the lesson in this? First of all, thank you for this blessing, because I know that it's a blessing. And even in the worst stuff, and I know y'all are dealing with some really, really rough things, and I'm not trying to minimize it at all, but I do have the utmost faith that there is absolutely a lesson in it, and something that's going to be able to empower other people and change people's lives. So that's what I've got for y'all today. The bad stuff, as Melissa says, well, what is bad? Well, it's all relative, right? But there's a purpose and there's a divine timing, and embrace it and look for the lesson, because something amazing is unfolding. You just may not get to see the blueprint. So thanks for watching. Y'all have an amazing day. And by the way, in case you did not know, we are running another Unstoppable Influence 21-day challenge. So I want to invite you to join unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge. I am continuing to just be absolutely amazed at the breakthroughs that are taking place in just 21 short days. It's magical. It is so special. We have really created a really high vibe tribe that is supporting one another on a daily basis, and I want to invite you to join us. So pop over to unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge. We start on April 15th. And if a friend has shared this video with you, because by the way, if you found value in today's message, if you want to uplift someone, you want to spread this empowering message, then I would love for you to tag a friend, give me some love, hearts and likes, and share it. And if you are interested in joining the Unstoppable Influence 21-day challenge, make sure that you check and see if the friend that shared this video with you has a referral link. All right. So unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge. I'm fangirling right now because the Patricia Fripp is just popped on live. Y'all, Patricia Fripp is honestly one of the most amazing women I have ever met. Y'all go and check out Patricia. She is, and I just said the bad word that she told me. It's so funny. I was thinking about you today, Patricia, when I said, I've really tried to dial down on the stuff, and then I said stuff, and here you are to catch me. Ooh. It's so good to see you, Patricia. Thanks, y'all, for joining me today on the live. And if you would like to join us in our Unstoppable Influence 21-day challenge, go to unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge. Check out your friend's referral link, because we have a special promotion where you refer 3, you get yours free. Let's engage. Let's get empowered and ready to spread our message in the world in a really big way. I hope to see you in the challenge. Thanks for watching. Love y'all, and I'll see you on another live. Bye.